My name is Maria Antunes, and I'm the chair of the Vancouver ACM SIGGRAPH chapter. The chapter was founded in 2008 and has been in continuous operation since then. I first joined the chapter in 2014 as a volunteer, and in 2016 became an officer for the first time. Since then, I've held a couple of different roles within the organization. Spark Animation 2023, which is the event I'm here to share with you today, celebrated its 15th anniversary last year. Finding space has not always been difficult, but over the past couple of years has proven to be very difficult for us. Since the pandemic, that has been exponentially worse as even more event space was lost. For us, what that means is that we find that we have to shift the event slightly within the schedule to accommodate with whichever venue is available to us that particular year. We do pay for most of our space. We are very fortunate that a lot of the partners that we work with offer nonprofit rates, which we can take advantage of. We also do work with community partners in exchange for use of their venues. We provide programming during the festival. Finding sponsors is really difficult, and it's become particularly difficult over the last couple of years. The pandemic, the strikes, the current changes going on in the industry with both the studios and the streamers is making it very, very difficult to find funding. That said, we do have a very long-standing relationship with a lot of the local studios and organizations that see the value in the educational and artistic components that we bring to Vancouver, and as such, they do support us on a year-to-year basis. We also apply for grants. Grants are interesting because they don't often cover the entire festival. Some will only cover educational components, others will only cover festival components. So it becomes a bit of a patchwork of funding in order to get the event off the ground. We also sell tickets and passes that help fund the festival, and leading up to the event we'll also often host special events like day-long master classes, and those are kind of fundraising activities that we use in order to fund the festival. We have an amazing team of industry advisors that over the years has been really wonderful about introducing us to studios and speakers that eventually make their way to Vancouver. We also have a pretty rigorous outreach group that is constantly in contact with artists and creators directly. And we, of course, have really great relationships with studios, which go a long way in helping us bring speakers to Vancouver. It's also important to treat everyone the same, regardless of titles and resumes. I find that creates a real camaraderie among the guests, and it also does a really great job of allowing and fostering wonderful creative discussion, which is really great. In the early years, it was a little more difficult to find volunteers because nobody really knew who we were. But after one or two events, we pretty quickly became known as a great organization to volunteer with. And over the years, we've built a really strong volunteer program that often begins with students. And we find that a lot of students come to us to volunteer on the ground with a first event and then stay with us over the course of the years. They'll move through their career and kind of take Spark with them. And they'll also move through the organization. They'll start on the ground during an event, and then they'll slowly take on other responsibilities behind the scenes and eventually even become leaders and advisors. It's important to build a strong foundation for volunteers to ensure that they are recognized and compensated for their time and effort. We provide training, opportunities to interact with speakers and guests, and mentoring that goes beyond just what they're doing and how they're spending their time at the festival. We do offer a lot of opportunities outside of the festival itself so that we have interaction with the volunteers year-round. Something won't go according to plan. It's bound to happen when you have an event. I think the way to ensure that you don't ruin your event because something has gone sideways is just to be prepared and to put forth a positive vibe. Like if you put it out to the world that, this is going to be okay, we're going to be fine. And if you put on a smile and just go out there and deal with it, generally, I think that goes a long way, and it will really help keep the stress down for everyone. One thing that I want to share with everyone from my years of experience with the chapter is that the key to continued success is perseverance and staying nimble. Some years are going to be really hard, and you're going to have hard years that go for years and years and years. Like you can have 2 or 3 really difficult years, and the only way to kind of stay motivated and go with it is having a passion for what you're doing. If you really believe in, the project and what you're doing and you're passionate about it, it's really the only way to continue doing it on a year-to-year basis, especially when years are really hard. The other thing I would say is be nimble. Don't get stressed out or locked into tradition. Tradition is great. It's really important to remember where you've come from. But I think it's really also key to kind of look ahead and be prepared to make changes. Take chances, take opportunities when they come up, look outside of your usual field of vision. And I think by having more people involved, that kind of helps broaden the horizons as well. But yeah, that would be a couple of tips. Stay nimble, stay positive, stay passionate.